I'm learning more about the bro code. I'm hacking the code right now. I'm gonna know how the man operates. I'm trying to find my background music. I've got lost in my own OBS. That's typical. Love the blue theme. Thank you. I like the color of blue. And I like dragons, if you couldn't tell. All right. This is the compilation 35 through 41.
Men don't want to chase you. They don't want to play chase at all. They want to play tag. They want someone who's going to get them back. They want someone who's going to make them faster, stronger, more strategic. Someone who's going to challenge them.
Why he hadn't put laundry away, and he got annoyed said they're your clothes. I chose violence.
Oh boy.
Violence?
Law.
Okay, fair enough.
On my side of the bed.
How is that productive? You sleep there too. That's gonna affect you.
Not hungry.
Wow, the post-its.
This wasn't just one thing. She went all out.
Matt, enjoy. Enjoy, bitch. Weird flex, but okay. Now, I am aware that over 1 million people have liked this video. I'm also just gonna point out there's a reason the divorce rate is so high. Let's start here. Now, this is the only context we get from his side. So personally, I'm kind of with him off the bat. I find the concept of someone else putting away my clothes kind of strange.
That's their roommate.
I grew up in a house where everyone just put away their own clothes, and personally, I know if my husband tried that he would do it wrong, and I would just be frustrated not being able to find everything where I would put it, which is probably why a lot of guys would not enter this territory. It's a very personal and intimate task. She also clarifies in a follow-up video that he actually asked, why should I put this away when it's mostly your clothes, agreeing that he only had a couple pairs of socks in there and it was mostly her stuff. But her point is that you do things for your family, which I do agree with. But that reaction was insanely petty. In the self-proclaimed 3 to 4 days it took her to do all of this, they could have just had a civil renegotiation about what a fair and equitable distribution of laundry labor looks like. And if
Yeah, it's communication. I mean, that's typically how things work, right? Supposed to communicate like, hey, well, I'm doing this. Do you mind putting it up for me? Or at least folding it or something, I guess. I don't know. At least put your 2 socks up.
In the video, she claims that she can't talk to him, and this is the only thing that works for them. She also claims that he loved this move and fist bumped her afterward, and that it resolved everything. Like, at times like this, I wish I had a bullshit button where every time I hit it, it just goes, that's bullshit. Ladies, pro tip, that is not what's gonna happen if you do this. Because again, this is her making these claims. We haven't actually seen this husband in any of her videos verifying these claims. If we saw a man make a video where he bought food for everybody in the house except for his wife, and then it was like, nah, bro, she loved it. She was so sorry. We would be like, yeah, I want to see her say it. Now let's go to the comments to see more Olympic event levels of pettiness instead of simply and respectfully talking to their partners.
Oh no.
This woman's husband left dishes in the sink, so she made a bunch of cinnamon rolls and then ate the centers. This woman hides her husband's pants when he leaves them lying around. And this woman thinks it would be somehow easier to get an entire divorce and find an entirely new man. One of these days remind me to do an entire...
It'd be less work to get basically a divorce. I think there's a lot of stuff involved with a divorce, and then good luck finding someone else to like you and your petty butt, you know? I ate all the center of the cinnamon rolls. Well, what if he likes the outside anyway? What if he prefers the outside of the cinnamon rolls? I don't know. I don't think anyone would really, but I mean, it's still tasty. It's still fine. But like, that's so petty. Have a civil discussion.
Video about this whole if my man acts up, I'm just gonna go to the man tree and pick out a brand new man who's magically gonna be better for me fallacy that's going on right now.
Good luck finding one for you.
Here's unironically my favorite comment. My parents did that all the time. They're divorced now. I mean, that's it right there. Some of these women really think that they're helping other women by creating this relatable content, but all...
Is this why the divorce rates are so high? Because women support other women being petty towards their significant other, I guess?
All I see are women telling on themselves and shitting on their partners. Guys, remember that once you get into the habit of publicly shaming your partner, you cannot simply unring that bell. You just made over 1 million people, including your friends and your family, see your husband as an incompetent piece of shit asshole. And for a lot of them, that's all he's ever going to be now. I'm just saying...
Yeah, shoot. Okay, yeah, here... Oh, my dog's headbutting me. Hello. Hi, tiny dog. Yeah, like, if you just flame your spouse on social media, yeah, you have all these people looking at it, and then imagine how your spouse feels after they see all the comments. I have so many things overlaid over here. Oh my gosh. On my corner. But yeah, like, at that point, my dog's blocking my camera. There we go. At that point, sorry, my dog's cute. Bye. Okay, he went back to his bed. the spouse would be so upset and embarrassed, basically. You know, their name's kind of been dragged in the mud, or their image has been dragged in the mud. You know, if you love somebody, why would you want to do that to them? You know? You could be cinnamon rolls. Actually, that does sound pretty good. I think I have some, actually. I should make some and eat the center of it. but, like, your image is now in the mud. Like, if you love somebody, why would you want to do that? Why would you not want to work with them versus be like, hey, look how stupid my husband is, kind of thing. Like, why would, I don't know. I don't know.
Some of y'all are trading the entire respect of your life partner for likes, and it's super fucking cringe.
Yeah.
Men don't want to chase you. They don't want to play chase at all. They want to play tag. They want someone who's going to get them back. They want someone who's going to make them faster, stronger, more strategic, someone who's going to challenge them. Like, imagine being a kid at a playground and another kid comes up to you and asks if you want to play, and you're like, what do you want to play? And they're like, chase. And you're like, cool, how's that go? I chase you, and then what? And then they're like, and then you just keep chasing me forever.
That's boring.
What the shit is that? That's the most boring game ever. If you want to chase, chase back. If he wanted to, he would. Where does this phrase come from, and why do dudes hate it so much? So this phrase definitely originated on TikTok and rose to power around the same time as the weaponized incompetence surge, and it's become this empowering phrase that women use to remind each other that if their man isn't acting right, another man will. The problem is that...
And then they cheat on them.
And the reason that a lot of men don't appreciate being put in this box is that it's not that simple. Like, especially for neurodivergent dudes, of which there are many, just because they want to do something doesn't mean it gets done. Just like us, there are so many things that men want to do, but just like us, there are so...
I feel this. There's a lot of things that I want to do and need to do, and I just can't get them done. I feel like I'm on the same page as that.
So many circumstances and variables in life that lead to those things not getting done for whatever reason. And so when the assumption is placed on them that the only reason it's not getting done is because they don't care or they don't want to help, that's kind of like a knife through the heart, you know? I know for a fact that every single one of you watching right now has something that you've always wanted to do that has still not come to fruition. And if I were to tell you that the only reason that that has not happened for you yet is because you simply don't want it, I don't think you would agree. Fellow mothers of TikTok.
Or you communicated like, oh man, I keep hinting at this, what was it? Like the heart purse things? I don't know. I don't want one. I don't know what they're called. What, silver hearts? I don't know. Anyway, I don't want one of those. But let's say if I'm hinting at, I would say another Pomeranian, another dog, but I never say I want it. You know, they may not know, okay, they like it, but I don't think they actually want it, you know? I don't know. I feel like it does need to be communicated that it's something you want. I mean, I've told you guys before, I don't like flowers. I know it's weird, but the thing is, they die. They get in my possession and they die. Has this ever happened to you? You're taking a nice stroll through the park, finishing up a big report, or in the middle of the last boss fight in the game, and then it hits. The tired. You know what will fix that? GamerSupps. Pick a flavor from the huge variety that they offer, grab some water, and mix it up in your favorite GamerSupps cup. And drink it to get that energy back to finish that walk, finish your report, and win that game. But Spit, what if I'm not a fan of the powder stuff? Oh, don't worry, they have the solution for you. Presenting the brand new cans of GamerSupps. The current flavors are Guacamole Gamer Fart, Goof Juice, and that's good. Ha! Be sure to use code SPIT at checkout to save 10% off of your purchase. Okay, bye.
I have a message for you.
Hand the baby?
Hand him the baby. What do I mean by that? Let me guess. You don't even remember the last time that you went out alone with your friends to do something all night. You feel overwhelmed, overstressed. You feel like you're losing yourself because you're taking care of everyone else. Hand him the baby. I don't know what might be holding you back, honestly, because I was born with the not giving a fuck gene, so if I need a break, I just tell my husband I need a break. But if it's that you're too afraid to ask for help, or you feel like you'll be seen as a bad mom, or you're afraid he won't do a good job, hand him the baby. Men are just like us. You hand them the baby, they figure it out. It'll be fine. Is he going to do things the same way as you? Hell no. Are things going to be different? Yes. and
He
that's
has
okay.
the baby.
Parents have to help each other have lives outside of their kids and each other, and a good partner will want to do that for you. For example, every Sunday, my husband invites the guys over and they play Dungeons and Dragons for a few hours while I watch the kids. And during the week, I like to train jujitsu, and while I do that, he's watching the kids when they're not training with me. We have each other's backs because it's important.
Shoot, D&D and what, jujitsu? Okay, that's pretty cool
We
dynamic.
don't lose those important parts of ourselves. Ladies, don't lose yourself. Hand him the baby.
What if I don't have a baby?
That men want what they can't have. They want what is not easily accessible to them.
Oh, no. This is one of the biggest misconceptions about men. It is simply not true. Of course, no one likes overly clingy people, but if you're talking and then all of a sudden you make him feel unwanted or that you're inaccessible, he may still want you, but he's certainly not going to want you more. When you just pull out like that, it doesn't make him want to chase you. He's just a little bit confused as to why you're suddenly not talking to him when he thought you were a perfectly nice girl.
Why are you not talking to me?
A girl that's focused on herself and her life and treats men as like supplemental as opposed to necessary, that's what guys want. That's what guys respect, and that's what they're into.
Also false. Huge misconception that men only want to feel wanted, not needed. Okay, they don't want you to be entirely reliant on them, especially if it's for their wallet, but they want to feel super fucking necessary. They spend all day long in society being told that they're not necessary. They do not want a partner who also makes them feel unnecessary. If you can make your partner feel that not only you want to need him, but that he is wanted and needed by society, by the world, you will have a very powerful man. And I'm sorry, but notice that it's always single women giving this advice to leave men on red so that you can maintain your power, as she says later in that video.
You know what? She's got a point. Everyone's single. Unless you're the wife dragging your husband.
Anyway, to wrap up this video, let's play the very ending of her video and see how it ages.
The only kind of guy that this won't work on is a narcissist or somebody who is extremely insecure and can't handle a self-confident girl. And if you want proof, ask literally any guy and he'll tell you that I'm right.
Is she right, guys? Is she right? Yo, Blood, my anime, thank you for the 11 months. Thank you!
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Are you sure? She said that if I asked you that you would agree that she is that she is correct.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Okay, just making sure. Just double checking my sources
when
here.
I tell you that guys cannot help but be smartasses when they're being micromanaged, this is what I mean.
My boyfriend did the grocery shopping, and I texted him and said, make sure you put everything in the fridge. What did he do? Put everything in the fridge.
He did what he was told. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm like, okay, why are you mad? Because I'm thinking maybe like there was cereal that he put in the fridge. But, you know, like, he'd be like, okay, I don't know why she wants this in the fridge, but she said put everything in the fridge, so okay.
Y'all.
Huh?
Okay, that's funny.
You're joking.
The toilet paper.
Do you not like your cold to toilet paper? Because soldiers follow orders. I mean, he followed them. He didn't disobey or anything. Yeah, I don't like my room temperature toilet paper. I need the cold toilet paper, please. It keeps it fresh longer.
That face.
Everything in the fridge.
Oh, he knows. He knows. He did it on purpose. He's like, you didn't tell me anything else. He said, put it on the fridge. So I did. Toilet paper and all.
Can't even be mad. When you realize a guy asking, what do you bring to the table, is the exact same as him saying, I have nothing to offer you. False. And welcome to Womansplaining Men to Women, episode 41. If a man asks you this, it is not a personal attack. It is because he has been through it. A man who asks this question has been used so much for what he can offer that he is damn ready for some reciprocity. And when you choose...
I bring nothing to the table. I want you to make $500,000 and I expect you to be home and also do the chores and all of that and pay the bills and give me money for shopping. No. I'm pretty sure that's what they're meaning. Like, no, I want, like, are you going to be working? Am I going to be doing all the working? You know, kind of like that. Basically, how are we going to make this work? If I'm working, what are you doing, etc.? Or, you know, I don't know. Yes, dear. Yeah, that's right. Give me your money. So I go shopping. I don't even know what I'd buy other than Pokemon cards. That's about it, because I wear sweatpants and the t-shirts. Yeah, I don't go outside. Yeah, I'll buy another I'll buy more dogs. I think women should work. Put the fries in the bag. You know, here's the thing, women. By the way, the husband used to work, but no, we wanted to work too. Why? Why can't I just sit at home and clean and cook? You're making me have to work too. How dare you? We wanted to be equal rights. You're making me work. I blame the past women. That was fine. I mean, I got my own money and I paid for my own things. So, I mean, that's fine. I guess. I don't know. But still.
Used to deflect that question with attack or avoidance. That tells him everything he needs to know about the fact that the jig is up for you. Because at that point, he knows what type of woman you are. This type of woman.
I yawned. I didn't pause in time.
At that point, he knows what type of woman you are. This type of woman.
The cheat code for becoming a stay-at-home girlfriend? Only date rich guys who can afford your lifestyle and no one else. So you're wanting a sugar daddy, basically, is all you're telling me. You don't want actual relationships. You don't want actual love. You just want someone to pamper you with some money so you can look nice and fancy. Yeah, gold digger. Exactly. Exactly. See, here's my thing, though. Here's my thing. The Rock is pretty, right? Okay, don't you start making jokes about the Rock stuff, okay? I don't even know where the Rock stuff came from, by the way. But, like, the diamond is beautiful, don't get me wrong. However, some people like to steal things and they don't care about your health or whatever happens to you. I mean, that's just waiting for someone to rob you right there. Get out. Give me a plastic ring. Give me one of those little like the little machines where you put a quarter in it and you twist it and you get one of those little plastic rings. Give me that. Give me that. Or give me something from something I enjoy. Like, let's say, like Legend of Zelda, for example. Give me something that looks like, you know, one of the gyms there. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. You don't have to pay a lot. And give me 20 bucks. And that way, you know what? I can change them out. If I'm feeling like a square diamond that day, I can wear square diamond. Next day, if I want like an emerald shape, hey, I can wear an emerald shape. 20 bucks each, baby. Give me that. I can change them out for cheap. Now, sure, if you have money, sure, go ahead and do whatever you want, but I still don't want a real thing on my finger, probably. Or a ring pop, shoot. Yeah, give me a ring pop. I like cherry. Give me one of those. It's a nice snack, too.
A manipulator with her eyes on one thing. And serious question, are these guys affording your lifestyle or your desired lifestyle? Because
here's the thing, do the guys know? Or are they just like, it's fine that she doesn't even care about me, she's hot. That's not gonna... You know, when people get old, they start de-hotting, you know? I don't know, unless they drink from the fountain of youth or something, I don't know. But you're not gonna stay hot forever, okay? All right. Because here's the thing that could happen too. I'm going out on a whim over here. I'm going off into a whole nother side quest. But let's say the guy liked you because you're hot, okay? And he's like, here, I'll give you all the money to stay with me. And then, so keep in mind, the man is rich and the woman more likely isn't working. So when they get older, she starts becoming wrinkly and not as attractive as the younger women are. And he'll be like, you know what? Bye. And then he'll find him a nice younger lady that also wants some money and doesn't care about this. then you're gone. You got no money, no nothing. I don't know. I feel like you should date for relationship status for long term and not for money.
If you rely on a man to provide that
I love
lifestyle,
Chinese takeout,
it's
baby.
not your lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that's being provided for you, usually with conditions. So what he's also asking with that question is, why do you feel so entitled to such a high value lifestyle? And you can't just say, oh, because women have intrinsic value. Great. So then what makes you different than all of the other intrinsically valuable women? And don't get me wrong, you're allowed to choose which wealth class you will exclusively date in. You're allowed to set any standards you want. And so are men, which is why they can and should be asking you what you bring to the table to ensure that you meet theirs. And ladies, stop taking dating advice from sugar babies. They don't know how to date. They only know how to leech.
Oh, I like that. They only know how to leech. Yeah, call them what they are. Call them the leeches, baby.